Well, welcome back, everybody, to part 7 total. It's the first part of Gen 4, and we decided, you know what? Forget those odd numbers. I want the even numbers, because this is Gen 4, and we got 4 people reviewing it. We've got special guests, Kelsey and Mason. Say hi, Kelsey and Mason.
Hello. We're back.
Yee.
We back.
And of course, with me, as always, my partner in crime, my partner in rhyme, Corey.
Yo.
Corey?
Oh, did that cut out?
I think it did. I didn't. I was like, Corey.
Corey?
Oh, yeah, no, I was still backstage. I was like rushing out. No, hello.
Today, of course, we're reviewing Gen 4. I feel like if you watch the Gen 3 video, you might have seen a little bit of a negative side of me come out. And I just want to make it clear, that's going to continue for Gen 4, but Gen 4 is like, it's a wave for me. Because, like, there are some Pokemon that I think are killer, and there are some Pokemon that I think are garbage. So we're going to have some fun. Other opinions on Gen 4 from the rest of the fam?
Well, I was just going to say, I want to preface this with, I did not play Gen 4. I did not play Diamond or Pearl, so any of that nostalgia, any of that insight on the story, I have no idea. I don't know Gen 4 at all. For whatever reason, Gen 4 and 5, I fell off with my Pokemons. I don't know, it was when I was like trying to be cool. I mean, liking Pokemon is cool, but you know what I mean. Like, I just didn't play those gens for whatever reason. So there's going to be a lot of Pokemon that show up here that I'm just going to have a visceral first take reaction to because I don't know them.
Which I think is great. I'm glad that we have someone who's just looking at this and being like, that's a turtle. How do I feel about this turtle?
Yep, that's going to be my role this time around.
I'm very
Mason
excited.
And Corey?
This is the first gen that I could play when I could read, because I couldn't read until really late in my life.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the first one that I was like, I actually know what's happening instead of just pressing buttons.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Hell yeah. Corey, 4th gen?
Mason, I feel your pain on the playing games before you could read. Like, I repeated the first world in Spyro over and over as a kid, as a child, because, like, I couldn't read that I needed to save 10 dragons to move on.
Oh, boys. That's so sweet. I didn't do that, obviously.
But yeah, as far as Gen 4, this was the first, this was, I think, the first Pokemon game on the DS, and this was also the first time that I had to, like, save up my own money for a DS, because that was out of the price range of like something I could get as a solid whole gift, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just remember like seeing the trailers for this game and like, God, I gotta save up for that DS. I gotta get it. So I did. There was a lot of hype for me in this gen. I think I still did end up playing Gen 3 more though.
This was the generation that brought me back to Pokemon, because Gen 3 was my generation where I was like, no, people in my middle school have said Pokemon isn't cool anymore. I can't play it. But then I had a DS because I bought it for Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, which is my least favorite Kingdom Hearts game. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I got this DS. Let's buy a Pokemon game. And I was like, oh my God, I'm back. I'm back,
baby.
And we're back, baby. And we're back with Turtwig, number 387 in the Dex. This is a turtle. It's got a happy little face. I think this is an awesome Pokemon.
I agree with awesome.
Yeah, I was just going to say that too. Look at his little leaf on his head. I love it. He's so cute.
A little friend. Definitely an awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. Awesome. What a nice way to start.
Let's just all keep this review train going with Grotle, who I think is a failure. This spike-looking, ugly bush thing. I never liked Spike in the Land Before Time, and this thing reminds me of... I didn't like Spike. I thought he was the ugliest dinosaur. I didn't know what dinosaur he was, and I was into dinosaurs, so I was like, if I don't know this dinosaur, this is a C-tier, D-tier dinosaur.
Oh my God!
Grotle is a failure.
Baby. He doesn't have his spikes yet. We'll talk about that later. Honestly, as far as middle forms go, I like this one. I think he's cute. Maybe I have a soft spot for turtles. I don't know. But he is a little bit slug-shaped. Which is weird. I don't know. I would at least give him a basic. I think he's pretty cute for a starter middle form. I also like his stompy feet.
Toe Watch is back, folks.
It's back!
Hell yeah.
It only took us 2 Pokemon to get back to.
Listen.
Mason, Corey?
I will say, Phil, I think it's a little funny that you, because it reminds you of a C or D tier dinosaur, you're giving it a fail.
Yes, of course.
It's been a man of
bit
extremes.
harsh.
Yeah.
I will agree with a chore, though. I don't think it's as strong as the first or last form.
I am personally feeling Dookie on this one.
I rated it the highest.
Shocker.
What?
So that'll be, and everybody, I am using a calculator this time to average these instead of just trying to do it in my brain while also talking about Pokemon and also like thinking about what Pokemon's next and pulling up the net. Like I'm just gonna do it with math this time. So this is gonna put Grotle into a chore because it's 4.5, which means that we'll round it down to a 4. 4s are chores.
That's fine. Do we need to, if anybody's jumping on, do we need to explain the rating system one more time or no?
Yeah, we could do that. So everybody, quick rundown of, and Corey, if you want, you can cut this in earlier. So our review of our rating system, Sauce is the best a Pokemon can be, except it's not quite the best a Pokemon can be, but we'll get into that later. Awesome. That's an awesome Pokemon. It's a Pokemon we really, really like. Nothing really wrong with it. Basic, nothing wrong with the Pokemon, but nothing that sticks out makes us like it more. Sure, this is a Pokemon, like maybe we want a later form or something. We're not thrilled to have it in our party, but we'll keep it around for maybe HMs and such. Dookie, this is a bad Pokemon. I don't like it. I don't like looking at it. I will use it as a last resort only. And failure, I wish this Pokemon was yeeted from the decks. I wish they never made it. And I hope that anyone who likes this Pokemon feels bad about themselves when I put it into failure.
Wow. Wow.
Speaking of wow, Torterra. Wow! What a Pokemon. This is my first Sauce, I think. I might even say that this could be a good contender for holding the zesty position for now.
Oh, jeepers.
This is my favorite grass final form starter.
You go ahead.
Torterra is definitely cool. It's not only a well-designed monster, but it's a well-designed landscape. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if you could just, like, cut off the landscape part of him, make that, like, a layer behind and make it bigger and put him in his own landscape, if that would still work.
Have you seen Detective Pikachu?
I feel like you're coming up with ideas for the thumbnail.
I just may. Or, I don't know, at least I'll throw that image in. We'll see. I give Torterra I'm stuck between basic and awesome. I'll say basic.
Basic.
Kelsey,
you sound like you're waiting to say some things.
I'm always waiting to say some things. I like talking. I was actually gonna put him between awesome and sauce. I actually really like him. I like the asymmetry with the like tree on one side and the like spiked rocks on the other side. It's pretty cool. Like Corey was saying. You got some good landscaping happening. I will admit, since I don't have a ton of nostalgia for this generation, but so minor spoilers for Detective Pikachu. I'm assuming people have seen it, but he's in Detective Pikachu, and I thought he was really cool in Detective Pikachu, and I was like, that's a cool Pokemon, that's a cool mon. And I also usually don't care too much for the third form of the starters. Like, typically, I'm not a huge fan. A lot of times I don't let them evolve, and I just have a little baby through my entire playthrough, and I beat the Elite Four with a little baby. But, yeah, I would say between an awesome and a zesty, I'm going to land on awesome for now.
All right. Also, Kelsey, can you shut the door? I'm hearing some birds.
Oh, yeah, I can. Birds.
Mason.
I was distracted by the birds.
You're watching Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds while we're reviewing Pokemon. Just like, wow, this movie holds up.
Before Mason gets started, could you shut your door too, Phil? Because I heard some echo of you in the last video. Is it all the way shut?
It is shut, yeah.
Okay.
It's as shut as it can be with the Ethernet cord.
Got it. Okay. Sorry, Mason, go ahead.
Oh, boy. I'm a big ol' fan of the World Turtle, like, origin. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, a huge fan of grass types in the general, but I think this one does it right in a really cool way. I'd put in awesome. I want to go past awesome, though.
All right, and that'll put it at a solid awesome for Torterra. Up next, Chimchar. This is a monkey. It is on fire. I think that Chimchar, I think all of the basic forms in this generation are basic. They're good. Not great. And I said that Turtwig was awesome because he's the cutest by far. But I think Chimchar's basic. There's nothing wrong with him.
I would agree with that. Although I do like his little, like, Dairy Queen bloop on top of his head. It's pretty cute.
It's a dollop of Chimchar.
Mm-hmm.
You actually... Chimchars aren't born out of eggs. They come out of ice cream machines, and that's just a side effect.
Just like fur and muscle and bone.
Like that? Oh, no. Gross.
Why ice cream have bone in it?
Why ice cream have bone? Why ice cream
calcium.
have Chimchar in it? Oh, no.
You got Chimchar in my ice cream.
What are we feeling?
So 2 basics.
I'm agreeing with the basic.
I'm all about awesome. I love the Chimchar line. It's my favorite of this gen.
Oh, nice.
Well, that will put it at a solid basic for Chimchar. Our first basic of the generation. Monferno. Hey, this Pokemon gets slightly different. It gets different enough that I don't feel like I need to knock it down to chore. I'll keep it at basic.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't have very strong opinions at all on this one.
I can also agree.
I agree with the basic.
Another universal consensus of basic for Monferno. I don't want to, look, Monferno didn't choose to be firefighting. The designers did that to it. And I don't think we should judge firefighting starters for being firefighting. I think the reason, and we kind of talked about this in the Sword and Shield thing, I think the reason that they do firefighting so much is because fighting beats rock. And it, solves a major issue of a fire type without making it good against a water type, so that your rival's starter still beats you, but you don't have to worry about the first gym leader being a rock type because you can just punch it. I think that's why they do it. But
my theory as a kid was that they liked the pun of firefighter, and that's the only reason.
I like that.
They are firefighters.
I like that rich fiction.
Speaking of firefighters, Infernape, I think is awesome. I think this is the best part of the line. I don't think I'd go sauce for it, but I like it a lot.
I'm gonna go actually basic again on this one. I like him. Don't get me wrong. I think he's really cool. When I'm looking at his sprite, I feel like it still feels a little bit middle form-y to me. Like, I'm waiting for something else. And maybe it's because we're coming from Torterra with, like, the world turtle feel. And then it's like, well, this monkey punch. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with the basic on this one.
I agree with that basic. Also to note, wow, I'm usually not on Feet Watch, but I'm on Feet Watch today. Both of the first two forms only have 3 toes, and then the final form gets 5.
Whoa. Plus 2 toes.
I mean, obviously it needs opposable toes.
Yeah.
It's a monkey.
It can punch with its feet.
Feet.
How do you feel about this Pokemon's feet, Mason?
You know, they're okay. They can punch. I love Infernape so much. He's got the ice on the wrists, shoulders, chest, and knees. He's got the Johnny Test hair. He's Sun Wukong. He's cool. He's cool. I like him a lot.
You guys, he's really cool.
I like him. I would put him in sauce at the lowest.
Cute. I like that.
And that'll put him in an awesome. He will be rounded up to awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks to your impassioned argument and the law of averages. Piplup, are we hey, who's ready to go downhill? Because I will say that Piplup is an awesome Pokemon. I like Piplup. It's cute. Spoilers, I do not like its next forms, but Piplup is cute. Awesome.
Yeah, I like Piplup a lot. I would do an awesome. He's a very cute little guy. Brown, big head, little body does it for me. I'm a fan.
I agree with the awesome.
Yeah, I can go awesome. I like his little, like, nappy or whatever it's called, like the bib he's got. I think that's cute. And he goes into a cape. It's very cute.
It does go into a cape.
It's a fun little thing.
Another universal decision. Everybody agrees awesome. Hopefully we can all agree that Prinplup is Dookie.
Oh yeah.
What? This is the middle form. It's so middle form. It's just, ugh. Don't like it. Dookie.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with the Dookie. This is just gross.
I would even go failure.
I think he's awesome. I like his high-waisted pants with the buttons. That's what it looks like to me, and I like it. He's like trying to be fancy, but he's just awkward. And I like it.
Kelsey, between your Dookie, or between your awesome and Mason's failure, that's actually gonna still put Prinplup into Dookie.
It's okay.
But if we want to talk about failures, I feel so bad for anyone who started off with Piplup and then got an Empoleon. This thing is a failure. This is the worst final starter in my... Oh no, I forgot about one. This is tied for worst starter for me. I hate its dumb Bane mask. I hate its weird spiky wings that I don't think it can hold things with. Like, I just imagine it trying to grab a cup or trying to eat. Its mouth is covered by a dumb Bane mask. Its hands don't work. This thing is a failure.
Penguins don't have hands.
But that's the issue, is they gave it fingers despite the fact it doesn't have hands.
Oh, I see the little...
Yeah, it has fingers
now.
inside its wings.
Oh, that's weird.
I feel like they could, like, make it grab... Like, it would just be able to, like, touch the ends of these little spiky fingers with each other, and it would, like, be, like, decent ASMR, but that's it.
Yeah. Once you have listened to my ASMR, then you have my permission to die. That's it doing a Bane. Because it has a stupid Bane mask.
But that's
just write down Bane ASMR.
Its beak.
It's also a trident, which is cool.
Yeah, it's a trident crown thing. It's not a mask. Its beak extends up past its eyeballs, which admittedly is a little weird, but
save it from failure. Do your thing.
Well, to be honest, I like Empoleon's, like, he's got a little, I like his little shirt that he's got going on that kind of looks like it's got some design going, and I like that he's kind of emperor. I think the name Empoleon is a good name too. But the fingers, I did not notice the fingers. The fingers are creepy. I do not care for the fingers. I'm gonna give him a basic.
I'm pretty passionate about this one in the opposite direction. I don't know why they went from like a really cool like design concept of the world turtle and then the Monkey King from Journey to the West, and like, oh, we'll do Napoleon for the penguin. We'll just do Napoleon Bonaparte, and that's weird to me. I'm not a fan of that. I'm gonna put him in Doogie.
In Doogie.
Corey, we've been kind of all over the map with this one. I feel like you're gonna be like sauce, zesty. What do you think for Empoleon?
I mean, I won't be going quite up to sauce. I'm kind of in between basic and awesome. Because, see, here's the deal. This thing does have some sleekness to it. The trident beak is cool. It's little, like, the button pants part things that it has before has now become this kind of elegant doily ruffle.
Elegant doily.
We got that steel typing in a starter, which I was always hyped about. Yeah, because I don't know if it can learn it naturally, but I think with at least TM it can learn Steel Wing, which I always enjoyed having on my starter. I picked this as my starter.
Nice.
Looks like it gets Metal Claw from level up.
So those fingers turn metal.
It does also, it can learn Steel Wing.
Yeah, so I liked having those on a starter, rather than like feeling like I had to stick to the routine fire, water, grass.
So you want to give it the awesome or the basic?
I will give it awesome.
Well, that'll put it in a category none of us placed it in, but it'll put it into chore for Empoleon. Higher than Prinplup. I don't. Starly, this is a bird.
Oh my gosh.
It's a bird.
It's got another ice cream head. They all just
Does
come from
have
ice cream dispensers.
This is the Dairy Queen generation.
Welcome to Dairy Queen.
Let me just turn all my Pokemon upside down.
Look, I'm not a monster though. I recognize this is a cute bird, so I can give it chore.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a basic. It's cute. I kind of like that it's got like some like clown vibes going. It's interesting.
Huh. I always thought that Starly looked very polite.
Little dapple
and
boy.
for that I have to put it in basic because it's so polite that I can't put it any lower.
You know, it's something I haven't noticed before, but like with those eyes and that kind of longer, pointier beak, I'm getting Ice King vibes.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yo, Ice King's backstory is so sad. When you see it, you're gonna cry.
Stop.
I'm on chore.
4 for a chore. On Corey, say chore?
The three chores and a basic.
3 chores. Or no, it's 2 basics, 2 chores.
Oh yeah, 2 basics, 2 chores.
But that will put it into chore. Because we round down if it is a tie. Staravia. This is
my god.
This is a bigger bird. I agree, Mason. This is a very proper looking line. Like it feels like it's like a knight, and it's like this is like a squire. Like Starly is the tryhard. This is the squire, and then Staraptor's like the official knight. Staravia, I think, still just a chore. It's fine. It doesn't hurt me.
It doesn't hurt you.
I like the color distribution on this one, like the way that all the colors kind of are not. It's just appealing the way that they colored this Pokemon in, and again, it's very polite and it's made of ice cream, so that's got to be basic.
Yeah. I never did this bird. I don't know this bird. I do like his little swirly top. He does look very proper. I'm gonna give him a chore. I don't know. The black beak is strange for me. I wish that the beak was just small and orange.
I'm on Dookie with this one.
All right.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, that swirly dip top, it ain't looking good to me.
No.
Nah. Otherwise, I'm too indifferent about it. So, like, there's only that thing that's bothering me, but nothing that's really saving it.
Well, that'll
Got
put
it.
it into a solid chore for Staravia. Hey, Quinn, thanks for pushing the door open. That was helpful.
Go away, Quinn. Go away.
Well, she's
Quinn's
going to go
just
back
checking
to the
in.
door in 5 seconds and start meowing at it because I shut it. She's going to be like, no, doors stay open. Up next, Staraptor. The raptor of the stars. Yep, she's doing it immediately. So 1 second. Quinn, do you want to go out? Then go out. And stay out.
Quinn is just a really big fan of the Empoleon line and just does not like what we said.
Yeah, she's like, how dare
Excuse
you?
me.
Empoleon
I need to
is
talk
my
about
favorite
Empoleon.
Pokemon. No, her favorite Pokemon's Incineroar.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, Staraptor. This is, I think, a sauce. I love Staraptor. It's my favorite of the final bird lines. I think almost everybody had a Staraptor on their Diamond, Pearl, Platinum team. This is a big borber.
Big
And I
borb.
think it's saucy.
I think it's a chore. What's on his head? Is it hair? Is it hair? Is it a feather?
It's Elvis hair.
Is it a blade? What? It's what hair?
It's Elvis hair. He's got a
It's like
pompadour.
Cool. He's got cool, edgy hair. But it's made of feathers for sure.
It's weird. What's it doing? I don't know. I don't know this bird.
I don't know this. Look, is this your bird? Come get your bird. I don't know this bird.
Do you know this bird? Is this your bird?
Kelsey would not sell drugs to this bird, confirmed.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna
I don't know
go
this
chore.
bird.
I don't know. On initial sighting, I just am like, nah. I can't decide what the dimensions are on that hair thing. It kind of looks 2D. It kind of looks 3D. It confuses me.
I mean, you could go to the Gen 7 sprite or the Gen 6 sprite to see it in 3D.
Yeah, I'm good.
Corey,
I do think this is a cool one, but I don't quite want to go up to sauce with it. I'm on awesome.
It looks like he dipped his hair into the sauce, and that's enough for me to give him sauce.
Get that marinara.
with the double sauce, that'll put it in awesome. It's just awesome. Staraptor. He's the raptor. He lives in the soil. Bidoof. Sauce. No explanation.
Just
Bidoof has the sauciness.
Couldn't agree more.
I'm gonna give him I like his teeth, and he's got such a good name, Bidoof. It's just fun to say.
Look at his face, Kelsey.
I know, it's a good face. I'm gonna give him
He's my favorite trash rat by far.
yeah, I'll give him an awesome. I think they did good with this trash rat.
I don't know. Personally, I feel
Plump
like
mouse.
I feel like they did a good job, but just something about it like screams like about to become a neckbeard, like almost there. And I'm not.
Well,
like,
that's Bibarel, and we'll review Bibarel and what they did to our boy.
What they did to him.
I'm feeling basic personally.
Basic? Okay.
All right, and that'll what? No, that isn't how that works. 1 + 1 + 2 + 3 divided by 4 equals 11.
Yes.
No, that'll put our boy Bidoof into awesome.
Hi.
Bidoof, which I think I'll probably bring up at the end of the video when it's above like legendaries and stuff. Bibarel, what did they do to our boy?
Bibarel.
Dookie. This is... I don't know how, because it's basically just Bidoof, but standing upright and with a bigger tail. But I hate it.
It made it more beaver like the eye thing is weird. Like it looks like it could
got like a
feel
fun little mask.
The top half of its face off. Like
Yeah. This is a Dookie for me.
I think I would agree with that. Its eyes also look very dead.
I go down to Chore with it. I mean, you know, it does still retain some of that charm, but it does go down.
Yeah, I'm feeling no higher than Chore on Bibarel. I think it's just plain. It's like they did a beaver Pokemon. I can't blame them for doing what they did, but they still did it.
Where are its ears? I don't like that it doesn't have.
Underneath its little fluffy
like-
furs, I think.
Yeah, it's like sideburns looking things.
Yeah, but
Well, we gave it to Bibarel with both barrels because it fell into Dookie.
Shit.
Kricketot, one of... I don't know how I feel about Kricketot. Part of me wants to say sauce. Part of me wants to say failure. So... Because I like how dapper it is. Like, it's fully just a suited up bug. I can imagine it as a waiter. Like, being like, hello, I've brought you a meal. But I feel like it's also a waiter that would, like, not give me refills. And, like, I would see that it's refilling other people's water, and I'd be like, Kricketot, are you mad at me?
Once again, you have crafted a very rich fiction for this Pokemon.
Overall, that's why I have to give it a basic.
Yeah.
As a former waiter, I can confirm that Kricketot was mad at you if that's what happened.
Okay.
I feel so bad for Kricketot if it were a waiter. You know how many times a day it probably hears a bug in my soup kind of a joke?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it and I don't like how the thing on its head is a second nose. It's got two noses.
Yeah, it's the same color and general shape. It kind of looks like, what's the other one? The one from Gen 3, I think. It's Illumise and...
The Illumise and the
Volbeat.
other ladybug.
Volbeat?
Volbeat and Illumise. Yeah.
The lightning bugs.
Yeah, I don't know. This one doesn't really do anything for me. I'm going to do a chore.
I think also Chore, but the next form is amazing.
Is it?
Did
Does it
you say Chore?
Yeah, I said chore.
Yeah, Chore.
I was asking Mason, Kelsey. I heard you.
Oh.
I'm also Chore.
I said chore!
I said Chore.
You need to know.
My opinion. Validate me.
Corey?
Chore as well.
Corey saying Chori, and that's going to put...
Jesus.
How long have you been sitting on that one?
I think I've said it in several videos. I think I've said it in every video. Kricketot goes to Chore. Now, Kricketune, he got a mustache.
I like that mustache a lot.
He got sword hands.
Those aren't swords. Those are his bows for being a violin.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look at his
Oh
body.
my
He's a
god.
violin.
Oh
He's
my
gonna
god.
He's gonna play his tongue.
Sauce.
Yeah,
Sauce.
sauce 100%.
I think he's a little sauce too. Also, because like cricket sounds.
He's a bard, and I love it. Have you heard his cry in the games?
Yeah, it's like... I can't do it.
It's very good.
Corey.
Corey's
I
like,
have no idea where I want to go with this thing, so I'm going to be real. Coming into this, not knowing that it is in fact a violin and how cool that is, I was prepared to give this thing a failure.
really?
But its arms being the bows, it being a violin itself.
Look at that mustache. You wanted to put that mustache in failure?
Yeah,
And
this
just
guy
to
could
put
be
it,
a
the
hipster
Kricketot
bartender.
Kricketot is not a waiter, it's the conductor.
I was gonna say bartender. I could like see him like he'd be mixing those drinks.
I will point out, this is another one of those Pokemon that's in that ROM hack I talked about where they like switch stuff up. They buffed this thing's attack and speed so much, so it is an absolute murderer. It's very good. It's one of my favorite things because you also get it at level 10. I mean, you don't have to wait long for Kricketune. Anyway.
It's level 10. Wow. I also really, I like crickets. I used to catch them all the time with my friends when we were kids, and we would like catch and release very quickly, but I like crickets.
Corey, the rest of us want sauce. Where do you want to put this guy? Do you want to be the reason it doesn't get sauce?
Let him be the reason.
Regardless, I probably will be the reason it doesn't get sauce. We'll see. I don't know how the averaging will work out. But with things being said and with my mind being changed a bit, I'll go chore on it. It isn't failure, but I don't want to give it more than chore.
That'll put it at an awesome for Kricketune. We still do not have a saucy Pokemon.
We don't have any sauce yet? Ooh.
But maybe Shinx could turn it around.
Shinx?
The Shinx line is like, oh my god. This is how you kick off a new generation. One of the first Pokemon you can encounter is Shinx. It evolves into Luxray. Luxray's hype. Shinx's hype. Luxio's fine. It's a middle form. Whatever. Who cares? Shinx is a sauce. Shinx got the sauce.
Couldn't agree more.
Kelsey.
Oh.
Kelsey got mad. She's like, I hate this thing so much.
Sometimes my sound just disappears on my Discord. I could hear you talking in the other room, but it was just gone. I didn't mean to leave the call.
I
thought that was a bit.
I thought you were like, no, Shinx sucks. I hate it. Which would, I mean, we've never talked about Shinx, Kelsey, but if you didn't like Shinx, I would question so much of what I know about you.
I do like Shinx. Of course I like Shinx. Look at his little.
A fair argument. Look at his little. There.
What did you give it? I'm sorry. Again, my sound cut out.
I gave it sauce. Corey agreed with the sauce.
I would give it. You know what? I'm gonna do awesome. I like it. I like his little hairdo.
You know, I remember loving this line in like so much as a kid, and I still like it quite a bit. But looking at Shinx, like, I don't know, something about it feels a little basic on my radar.
Okay.
I like it. I like its design. I like everything about it, but just it like exudes like an aura of basic. It's wearing pants, which is good, but
it's wearing pants, which is good, but it feels basic, which is bad.
Yeah, it just feels basic. Pants are basic. Wear shorts or something.
That'll be enough to pull it into awesome instead of the sauce. Luxray, Luxio. Luxio, yeah, it's fine. I think awesome or basic. I'll say basic, actually. It's a middle
this
form.
This one goes up to sauce for me. I like how grumpy he is. Look at the grumpy boy. Oh my, so grumpy.
Kelsey, how would you describe Luxio's general demeanor? Would you say he's happy, sad?
I'm gonna go with grumpy.
Oh, kind of a grumpy boy?
I like it. I like grumpy boy.
I'm on basic with Luxio.
I'm also going to go basic, personally.
Sorry, one more time, Mason.
I'm also going to go basic, personally.
Okay.
Basic, and that'll put it into basic. Luxio. It's a me, Luxio. Now, if it had a mustache and a hat, that'd be a saucy Pokemon. Maybe even zesty. Luxray, Ooh, that's a saucy tiger, lion.
It's
Electric
what's it
thing.
called?
A liger?
What's it called? No, it's a it's a Shinx.
Lynx?
It rhymes with Shinx.
Sphinx?
Lynx?
Sphinx?
It's a lynx.
It's a lynx,
It
Kelsey.
doesn't have a people face.
God, how dare you? I think this is sauce.
It's just a no people face. I think it's a sauce too. I really like the contrast of the star tail with the rest of the dark color.
I'm thinking zesty.
You think zesty?
I think this is a good first contender for zesty.
I would agree. I could put this boy into into zesty.
I can dig it. He has a little bit of a I love all the evolutions, and he's got a little bit of an evolution vibe, but just like bigger paws and stuff.
Speaking of bigger paws, Corey, how do you feel about this one?
Yeah, I definitely agree with Sauce. I'll go with the zesty argument just because we don't have a zest yet, but I don't think Luxray will be sticking there.
Kind of how I'm feeling about it. I have my eye on a Pokemon that I think will actually get the zesty, but
From you or from all of us?
from me, hopefully from all of you, because it is my favorite Pokemon ever.
Got it.
Up next, it was 420 all month last
God.
month. Let's talk about Budew. It's cute. It's fine. I don't really feel like Roselia needed a baby form, but this is fine. Basic for me. Hello?
Great.
I think I'm gonna go Shore.
Sure.
Gonna go Chore?
I don't like his face. And for that,
don't
I'm going
Like
Chore.
his face.
Kelsey, Druid and baby powers.
know,
How much are you raising this one?
So cute. Look at it. Look at its little feet.
Yeah, I did, and I
To
hated
watch.
it.
To watch. Okay. I will just give it an awesome, but I like Budew. He's so cute. I want to watch him walk because it's got to be like I don't know. He's just very cute. It kind of, I think what brought it down to an awesome for me is that its little twist on top also kind of looks like it has eyes, and that kind of confuses me. But I still really like him a lot. He's real cute. He's just a little sprout.
Budew, landing in basic.
But the basic.
Now, Roserade. I love Roserade. I like that it becomes like a weird superhero thing. I like that it's got this like coquettish, ooh, I'm a Roserade pose.
Ooh.
This is another sauce.
I could get behind Sauce. I like it too. He's got like some Zorro vibes or something, like masquerade stuff happening. Well, I mean Roserade, masquerade.
I always think of Nigo Matoya.
Yeah. Oh, I could see that. Yeah. There. I like that. That description of ooh. It's very apt.
So 2 for sauce,
Make that 3.
Make that 3 for Sauce.
Make that
3 for
4.
4 for sauce.
Saucy boy.
Our first sauce. Now, do we're pretty ready to make Roserade sauce. Do we want to have a zesty conversation?
I'm not sure if it beats out.
I mean, I would
Luxray.
prefer this one over Luxray.
I think it's more unique than Luxray. I would say Zesty over Luxray Zesty, actually.
Ooh. Now, I'm going to say no zesty for
Okay.
this, but Mason, you have the power.
I also am no zest.
No Zesty.
No zesty.
No Zest.
No zest.
Ooh, what do we do if it's 2-2?
Maybe
I
we
think we
decide
fight.
at the
I
end.
think we have to have a brawl.
A brawl.
We have to fight.
Well, I mean, if it's 2-2, then if we're rounding down, it probably wouldn't make
Yeah,
it.
that makes sense.
But the only reason that this is here, this doesn't get the zesty, is because it came later than Luxray. So Luxray just gets it because it's earlier in the decks. That don't feel fair.
Well, wouldn't we need? I mean, with 4 of us, wouldn't we need at least 3 Zesties?
We
got 3 Zesty votes.
We would need 3 to switch it.
Yeah.
So I don't. What if I just like put out a Twitter poll for like an hour and we'll decide it based off of that? You know what? Do any of us think that Roserade could be the final Zesty?
I was gonna say that if it comes down and Luxray and Roserade are 2 Zesty, we could like decide between the 2 of them at the end. But I have a feeling, I actually don't really know what's coming in this gen. I purposely didn't look it up. But I could see it getting replaced, like both of them being ousted.
Okay. So I've got them both listed in Zesty, so we can have that discussion when we need to. Cranidos. Ooh, one of my favorite types of dinosaurs, these little headbutt boys. I'm going to say Cranidos. Cranidos is an awesome for me.
What is this kind of dinosaur? This is not a Pachycephalosaurus, is it?
Oh, I used to know.
Headbutt dino.
Isn't it the same as Ducky from Land Before Time?
Yeah, it's a Pachycephalosaurus. Oh my gosh, I remembered. Okay. My brother really liked dinosaurs. Yep.
The Disney movie or the
my gosh, the Disney movie though.
That was the first. That was the nuggets.
That was the first thing that Kelsey and I watched on Disney Plus was
We watched
Dinosaur
2000. We were like, this movie though.
And it's straight up it almost made both of us cry. And it is not a great movie.
Well, it's one of those movies that it's like, who was this for? But anyways.
It's very violent.
It's a movie designed for the dinosaur kid of the kindergarten classroom. Yeah.
That's true.
Kelsey, where you want to put Cranidos?
Honestly, I think I might put him at a chore. I don't like that it feels like his skull is exposed. It kind of freaks me out.
Mason?
I like him. I think I prefer him over the other option for the fossil. So I'm gonna go.
Oh, he's a fossil one.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's a fossil.
Interesting.
Where are you putting him? Sorry.
I'll put him in awesome.
Awesome. And Corey.
Yeah, this generation brought the fossils back, let me tell you what, because both of these are cool. Honestly, with the exception of Kabutops, I'd suggest these as the best fossils. So, Cranidos, I'm definitely putting down as awesome.
And that'll give Cranidos a final rating of basic. Because Kelsey didn't like it, so
it
Cranidos
looks like
fans,
its skull is bursting out of its skin.
You can at her on Twitter at k.art.
Wow!
Just hit that at button. Y'all know how to do it. I know you do. Rampardos. Rampardos has the highest attack stat of any Pokemon that is not Deoxys. Of any non-legendary Pokemon. Rampardos hits like a truck, but that don't give it the luck, because I think it's yuck. I think it's a dookie. It's just an uglier, bigger version of Cranidos. I don't like it.
I think it pulls the ugly off. It's definitely awesome in my camp.
Corey, sorry.
My vote sticks to awesome.
I think it's a failure for me. I just was like, what's happening right now? It took me a long time to process this design. I don't know why, but I was like, where's its eyeball? Okay, there it is. Okay, so that's the top of its head. Okay, and then the spikes. All right. I had to think real hard to figure it out for whatever reason. And I don't know. This one where what was the baby's name again?
Cranidos.
Cranidos looked like its skull was popping out. This one looks like a rock fell on its head and flattened it, and then it was like, well, I'll just leave it there. Now it's part of my head.
It is a rock type.
I know, but
that's lowering it for you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Kelsey, you can have conflicting opinions. People loved having you on for Gen 2 because of your conflicting opinions.
Well, that's good. I'm glad people liked it. Yeah, I don't know.
And people love having Mason on too. Mason, you're a wonderful guest. We're happy to have you. But
I appreciate it.
you have the same like white dude in their early to mid 20s energy that me and Corey have. So
I understand.
yeah,
You gotta spice it up.
We
a
have.
little bit.
Yeah.
I think that'll change a little bit towards the later gens because this is what I grew up on.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, I don't have this guy. I do like that he has spikes on his knees. Like, I think it's like, what, does he like jump at people and like stab with his knees? Like, that's kind of funny. It's kind of fun. The knee of justice.
I think it's time to get our shield on with Shieldon, which is the next fossil Pokemon.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, I had a feeling Kelsey might like this one a little bit more. I think this is a basic for me. It's inoffensive. It's fine.
I like him. He's a little saucy boy for me. Look at him.
Oh.
He's just so smooth looking. Little rock steel.
Kelsey, where do you want to put it?
Sauce. I think he's a little saucy boy. I like his like eyebrow. I like his head shape. I like he's a little dinosaur looking thing too. There's a lot going that I like. I also like big head, little body.
Mason?
You know, I noticed the unibrow and I was like, okay, that's kind of good. But then I saw the feet and the singular toe on each one, and I'm not a fan of it.
Toe watch.
The toes can make or break a Pokemon.
They can. I'm gonna go basic, I think.
Okay. Don't you just want to pick
Now,
him
Corey,
up,
you said
though?
you were
But don't try to pick him up because he's 125 pounds.
Yikes!
He's the same size as our cat, and he's 125 pounds.
That's all got to be his face,
It's all
right?
in his head. Whoa! Yeah. Oh my gosh! What
Well,
if
like,
he just?
that's the other thing is that's not his head. That's just his face. Like behind him, it's just like a little
like
boy.
a Triceratops. You guys, what if he like face plants?
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
exactly
because
what
he
it
tries to
is.
run too fast, and then he just like falls over because his head is so heavy.
I feel like
Skids
that kills
forward.
a lot of Shieldons in the wild because it's like running and then its face stops, but its body's momentum keeps going and just breaks its neck.
Oh my god! Stop! I hate that.
Corey, where are you at for this one?
To continue on to that, I feel like with its whole gimmick being really defensive, it's probably not running away. It's probably blocking.
Yeah. Don't run, Shieldon. It's dangerous.
Its speed is tied for its worst
Okay.
stat.
Yeah, don't run.
That being said, I'm on awesome with this little guy. He's good.
That'll put it up at awesome for Shieldon. Nope, I don't need to type awesome. I need to type the Pokemon that is going into there. Shieldon, awesome. Bastiodon.
Oh no!
Or Bastiodon.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh
yep.
no!
Oh, yes.
I was waiting.
Oh,
Kelsey,
yes.
I was
okay,
waiting.
Oh,
Kelsey,
what happened?
Isn't it ugly cute
No.
though? Doesn't it
No.
kind of have pug energy?
No!
Oh, this is a polarizing one because I think this is one of the cutest Pokemon of the generation because it's so ugly. So I'm saying Sauce from a cuteness perspective.
Oh my god!
He looks like he want to be your friend.
I couldn't agree more with the sauce. This is where fossils are just. This is a prime example of what I want to see in a fossil.
Yeah, this isn't a fossil. This is a saucel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kelsey.
Okay. Listen, I can.
I don't know if Kelsey's coming back for the next one, guys. I think me rating this as sauce is going to cause some trouble in our
my gosh.
relationship.
Silence. No, Okay, listen. I can see that it's smiling slightly. Just.
Oh, that made it worse.
What?
Like,
Tulok
it looks
and
like he's
Mango
about to tell
Civil
a funny
War.
joke.
This is what starts the civil war between the four of us.
Civil
Is me and
war.
Corey being like, Bastiodon is cool.
Me and Mason being
Mason
like, no, why?
And also, we're Captain America side because Bastiodon is clearly a shield.
I don't like that its teeth come up past its eyeballs. That's so... Wow. Like, do its teeth clink against its eyebrows when it talks? Well, it doesn't talk. Well, it does talk. It says its name. But...
I mean, it might. That just adds to its defensiness. That's like a face mask.
Yeah. It's like a football. It's like a football mask.
Dookie.
Oh, okay.
It did fail it because
say-
it's smiling slightly, and I can appreciate that it's trying.
I say it louder for the people in the back because this is a failure for me. I would not be hurt if this Pokemon did not exist. It just is like, ugh. Its nose goes past its mouth and like it's just uncomfortable. I don't like that it has windows on its head. That's not
I was
defensive.
gonna say it does look like
Those
a
are dedicated
building.
weak points.
It's supposed to look like a
The
fortress.
Geth would not approve of the windows in its
Yes.
face. It's a structural weakness. That's a Mass Effect reference. That's a deep cut Mass Effect reference.
Cheapers.
That'll actually put Bastiodon in basic. Bastiodon.
Why are its eyes the same color as its flesh? Can someone explain that to
As
me?
its flesh.
Because it's got a film over its eyes, so even its eyes aren't weak.
Gross.
No, I don't like that explanation. Try again.
I mean, my eyes have white on them, and I am white.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Jesus. No. He does.
To meet the parents.
Oh,
Right? Anyway,
all these deep cuts.
Burmy, this is a bunch of leaves, a bunch of garbage, or a bunch of sand that someone put eyes on. I hate the Burmy line. Failure.
Oh my god, look at it. It's also a little ice cream. Look at his little twisty head.
More ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream,
Jen.
Jen. This was just like a sneak
This is
peek into Gen
foreshadow.
5 when there would be a literal ice cream cone Pokemon.
Oh, is that Gen 5? I just know him from Sword
Gen
and
5.
Shield because I didn't play 5. And then when he was like running around in the wild areas, I was like, oh yeah, the ice cream Pokemon. He exists.
I'm saying failure for Burmy. I don't like it.
I like its little face a lot. I'm gonna give it a basic though. It's still kind of weird. It's interesting that some of the sprites it like doesn't have feet, and then it's got different cloaks. What are the different cloaks do?
It changes
So
it
depending
from
on like
a
where you are.
Yeah, it changes it from a grass bug to a ground bug to a steel bug,
Oh, steel bug is pink.
depending on.
Oh,
Yes,
that's kinda
it's
cool.
garbage that it's surrounding itself with.
Oh.
I like to imagine it's like the stuff between your walls that insulates your house.
Also, I feel like there is no change between the normal and the shiny sprites on this one.
I don't think there is. Well, he turns a little bit more blue instead of the like gray tone.
It's because the designers knew no one was going to care about this thing. Okay, sorry.
Does it evolve?
Mason, where you at on
Okay,
this?
it does evolve.
I'm gonna go chore on this little boy.
Okay.
He's not offensive, but he's not like whoa. He's just
Oh, whoa.
Are the lines between its eyes, is that a nose or
I
a
think
mouth?
it's a little mouth.
It's a mouth. In one of the on Cerebi, you can see it without any clothes on, which is uncomfortable to say, but it's like open and going.
Oh man, I think I liked it better as a nose.
Oh.
Yeah, so I guess one of my issues with this Pokemon has to do with its line. In that, like, they give you these different type varieties that you can grow with, and by the time you get to the final form, you're stuck with no matter what you chose. It's kind of like those games that's like, hey, pick one of these 3 options and it'll affect the story, but the ending's the same regardless.
Oh. False choice.
But I don't... Yeah, but I don't know if I want that to affect the final form, middle, or bait. Like, I don't know. I don't want to go higher than a chore on this thing. I might
This
just
is
go
a complicated one. What a strange thing. But there's a couple of, like, they add some complicated ones. Like, even, not that it's, like, complicated per se, but even cast form, I never really understood from Gen 3. I was like, wait, okay, so it changes. Okay. Huh. Like,
Well, that'll put... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
that's all.
That'll put Burmy into Dookie. Wormadam, I feel like this is a failure too. It's just a weirder, different Burmy.
No,
Wormadookie.
oh, I don't like its nose thing. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that form. I would go Dookie with that. I'm not. Nope. I'm not. Nope.
Yeah, I am also a Dookie on this one.
So this is the females all evolve into this.
Yep.
Yeah.
These are the ladies.
Only the ladies.
Ladies.
Only ladies would understand.
It's just a weird shape. It's a very strange shape. Choices were made.
I like how they definitely designed the grass one first. I'm like, oh, we'll give it little like leaf arm things, and then they went to the trash one. I was like, oh, we can give it like boas, and then the sand one, like, I don't know, just like a string of rocks.
It's like rocks.
What if we gave it rocks?
Wormadam! I wish that was a better Pokemon. Because it's a Dookie. Mothim. This is
Okay. I retract my previous statement. I totally thought that those 3 selections were the middle form, and then this was the final form. I didn't realize it split up by gender. I never knew how this thing worked.
because you never caught it. Because why would you? Because who cares?
I mean, yeah.
Is how I feel about it. This goes up to a chore. It's just a basic moth. It's just Butterfree with a different color palette to me. Kelsey?
I think I'm still going with Dookie.
Yeah, I am.
Sorry,
I'm feeling
I need a
Dookie.
coffee.
So Mothim, we got 2 Dookies and a chore. Kelsey?
I don't like its fingers. That's weird. It's, I'm do a chore. I don't like it, but I do like its little head's feathery spikes because that's what moths actually have, and that's kind of cool. But I don't know. It's just definitely one of those that doesn't do anything for me. Sure.
That'll round it down to a Dookie for Mothim.
And I also did not. This is one that I like. Some of these Pokemon we've seen so far, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember Budew. I know like this Pokemon, Roserade. Yeah, I've never seen this Pokemon before in my life.
No one gets this.
Yeah,
No
like,
one
this
wants
entire
it.
line I have not seen before in my life.
Bless you.
Up next, thank you. Combee.
Oh yeah.
Japanese name Mitsuhoney,
Mitsuhoney.
which brings it up. I was gonna say a chore on this. I'll say basic, just because I like the name Mitsuhoney.
I have a soft spot for bees. This is a cute little bumblebee that's the size of a cat.
Why does that make it better for you?
I don't know, because
Why do you want bees to be bigger?
Listen, bumblebees, honeybees they're fuzzy, and so this one is big enough for me to pet. Save the bees.
I mean, according to all known laws of aviation, there's no way that a Combee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway because Combees don't care what humans think is possible.
But also, look,
Keep
it can
going.
smile at you 3 times.
So what did you say, Kelsey?
Sauce for me. I like Combee a lot.
Sauce.
Oh,
Smile at me 3 times.
Corey?
Oh, I'm not awesome with this.
I am also awesome. It is just so cute.
It's so cute. Look at the baby.
I think I'm taking my frustrations out on it because it's kind of a hard Pokemon to catch. And if you catch it, you want to catch a female one because only the female ones can evolve. And its gender ratio is like, I think it's 7/8 male. So like 1 in 8 is a female.
I feel like they changed that though, because when I was playing Sword and Shield, I was like, oh my gosh, a female Combee, here we go, I found one. And then I saw like 5 more, and I was like, well, Never mind.
I'm so lucky as a kid because I loved Vespiquen. I thought it was so cool, and I caught the first Combee I saw, not knowing that only the females evolved, and I'm just so lucky. I'm so lucky because it was a female.
Nice.
Ooh.
I was all ready to be sad for you.
Well, that'll put Combee in awesome, and Vespiquen I'll give sauce to.
Sauce,
This
for
is
sure.
This is a good bug.
That's good, Queen Bee. I like her a lot. She also kind of looks like Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers, and I'm a big fan of that. She kind of looks like a space bee, space queen bee.
Is everyone else in agreement of sauce? I feel like everyone kind of just jumped in to say sauce at the same time.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to have a zesty discussion?
I would vote for Zesty. I really like the queen bee thing, she evolves and is in the I don't know. I just like the lore and I like how it reflects nature, and also I like bees. Save the bees.
Save the bees. Support women. This is a Pokemon for environmentalists, feminists. This is everyone's jam.
I like him. I would vote Zesty.
I would also vote for the Zesty and Vespiquen.
Also, our cat's
I'm also
name
in on
is
that.
in it. Vespiquen.
Vespiquen, with 3 votes, will become the official Zesty representative for now. Good for Vespiquen. Good for women everywhere. We're doing our part.
By voting Vespiquen as Zesty, please give me a medal.
Pachirisu, I think, finally,
So this is
they made the Pikachu clone a little bit different. So I will give it a sauce.
a sauce.
Just for finally not making the Pikachu clone look exactly like Pikachu. Kelsey, did you say sauce?
What was the Pikachu clone from Gen 3?
Minun and
Oh,
Plus,
yeah. Those are weird.
which are just Pichu with pluses and minuses.
Yeah.
I hated them and reviewed them as such.
Yeah, I feel like those were just in there for double battles so that the Poke fans could have one of each. Let's see. Honestly, I feel like this does a chore for me. It doesn't really do anything for me. I feel like I've seen this Pokemon in the wild before and been like, I don't know what you are, and then I just leave. Yeah, I don't know. It's a squirrel.
Mason?
I'm a fan. I like the spikes. I like the color choice. They could have just went with, this is a squirrel, and it looks like a squirrel, but they chose to make it fun white and blue and a little bit of yellow in there. It's cute, and we can't ignore that it did win the nationals or whatever that one time.
Yeah. It's considered a super low tier Pokemon, and it won competitive Pokemon tournaments just because the person who was playing with it, this is their favorite Pokemon, so they just put it on their team.
Oh.
And it kind of kicked ass. It was great.
I love that.
Yeah.
Use the Pokemon you like, regardless of stats.
Well, it also helps because it throws people off, because people are like, what does Pachirisu do? What?
Yeah, they're like, why do you have this? Is it a single form?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it.
I kind of like that.
I'm going awesome.
I might bump that up to a basic. I like that it's a single form. I do like the color palette a lot. I thought it might evolve, and so I was just like, yeah. But
Corey?
Yeah, it not evolving was always something that did bother me. But it got some credit for me, and I did roll with it for a little while when I played the game because of that pickup ability, which I enjoyed.
what's pickup do?
It just picks up items randomly.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've used a Pokemon that has it.
Well, yeah, I'll give it a basic.
Basic boy.
And that'll put it into awesome.
Hey.
Pachirisu.
It does have a really fun name. It sounds kind of Spanish. Hispanic. Pachirisu.
Pachirisu. Yeah, you speak Spanish.
Yeah, a little bit.
So you would know.
A little bit.
Up next, Buizel. It's a weasel that has floaties. Awesome.
It's a sea weasel Pokemon. I do like this thing. I also like the twin tails that kind of remind me of Miles Prower from Sonic.
Oh, for sure.
They function like propellers, but underwater.
Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, this is definitely an awesome for me. What a cutie. Oh, it's got little flippers. Little flippers. It's almost an
Mason?
otter, too. Like, a sea weasel is basically an otter. And I like otters.
Well, we'll have to call you in for Gen 5.
Mm-hmm.
Ocean ferret.
I think I'm going to go
Ocean
basic
ferret.
on this one for now.
Okay. Corey?
You know, like, I get that the double tails thing is for the propeller, and that, you know, that works for what it is. The double tails bothers me. Just looking at it, I feel
Does it bother
uncomfortable.
you with tails?
I guess so.
I mean, it is, if you're thinking of it as an extension of the spine, which tails usually are, the idea of it spinning a lot is kind of terrifying.
Suspension.
Like, how do
Suspension of disbelief.
How do those
Suspension.
bones work?
Suspension.
This thing gets a chore for me.
Oh.
You were the one that was just like,
That'll-
oh, the tail's spinning. Look, its bones are twisting. And then you're like,
Weasel lands in basic. Don't be a basic Weasel. Be a Floatzel if that Floatzel's your Boatzel. I love its platinum sprite because it looks like it's saying, "We're going to the beach, guys." That's a sauce for me. It's got like its towel. It's just ready for
we're
beach
going
day.
to the beach.
Beach.
I actually liked the first form better. I'm gonna go basic on this one. I don't know. I like the towel around the neck idea, but I don't know. I don't feel like it changed that much.
Yeah, I also agree that I like the first form better, which is why I'm going down to a Dookie for this one.
Oh my god, ow. This is like my favorite water type this
Is it
generation.
really?
Yeah.
This is a little dirt.
This is almost always my surfer.
Aw, cute. Well, I like it because, I like the way you put it, that it's like, we're going to the beach.
It's so excited to go to the beach. Why won't you let it go to the beach?
Yeah, Corey. Why won't you let it go to the beach?
I mean, it can go to the beach.
Mason,
I'm just not
Mason,
going
please
with it.
have some taste. I beg of you, Mason. Have some good taste. Save this thing.
Don't even worry about it. This is awesome for me.
Yay!
I love that it looks like Swiper.
Swiper, no swiping.
And it looks just a little mischievous. I never read the thing around it as a towel. I always read it as like a floaty that it was like ready to lie its back in and just chill in the water, which I love.
I like that too. It's some sort of
So
beach
it just
device.
looked like it's like, yeah, it just is ready to like chill in the water. And I'm not personally a fan of the beach. I'm more of a mountain boy. But this, if Floatzel was like, let's go to the beach, I'd be like, let's go to the beach.
Let's go to the beach.
Beach, let's go to the
Let's
beach.
go get away.
Ninky Minjaj. Up next, everybody, let's get those lighters ready. It's Pokemon number 420, Cherubi.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, do we want to just like skip a step and have a zesty discussion right away, or?
I like Cherubi. I think it's cute. But I think it's still just a
Look
basic.
at the sleepy head.
So Kelsey, you're gonna say
Oh
sauce,
yeah,
right?
this is sauce 5 sure.
It's cute, it's sleepy, it's druidy. Like, this is just ticking all of Kelsey's boxes.
Yep. It can also smile at me twice. Apparently I like multiple faces so they can all smile at me.
The P looks like one of the Veggie Tales. Like, the second
Like
face
the French peas.
looks like one of the French peas from Veggie
Big
Tales.
fan. Cherubi. Aw, honey. Join my squad.
Mason.
I'm sorry to say, but I'm basic at the highest on this one. I don't like that it's like just feet are on its head. Like it just goes head right to feet.
But
And that's just like a little bit out there for me.
That's what Kirby is.
it's true.
No, but like Kirby has shoes. Like it looks like it's wearing. Like it looks like the feet are there.
Corey, please draw
These are just
Cherubi with shoes for Mason, and then it'll fix it.
Just put him in some
Just,
white bands.
Drops the Cherubi and some shoes.
And Cherubi would definitely be wearing the checkers, like Vans.
Oh, for sure.
But I don't like because it's just little nubbins that just exist there. Like they could be feet, they could be ears for all I know that are in the wrong spot.
Corey,
Prehensile
Where's-
ears
where's
that it
this?
walks on.
where's this cherry landing?
I don't know where it's landing, but I'm gonna give it the sauce. I very much
Yes,
enjoy
Corey. Sauce Cherubi.
Well, that'll put it into a category none of us put it into, which is awesome for Cherubi.
Cherubi. It's so cute.
Up next, the evolution of Cherubi. Now, there are two forms for this one. When it's sunny, Cherrim comes out to play, but when it's not sunny, Cherrim has a vitamin D deficiency and just kind of needs to like stay inside for a little bit,
Weird.
which I feel like
is
is relatable.
This is very strange.
This is the seasonal depression Pokemon.
Yeah, this is the seasonal affective disorder Pokemon,
honey,
and I feel
yeah.
it. So I think it's an awesome because I relate, and I think we all relate in quarantine. We're all in overcast form, and we want to be in sunshine form again.
Why? Yeah.
So I'm saying sauce.
I kind of wish it didn't have like the weird mad scientists. It looks like Doc Brown in the sunshine form. Like it's like we're gonna go back to the future because I'm wearing goggles and have crazy Einstein here.
Marty, we have to do something about the electric types.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I like the overcast form though. I do. I like Cherubi by itself, like the baby form, like the first form better. So I'm gonna give him. I like that it has the overcast sunshine form. I'm gonna give it an awesome. I like the idea of this Pokemon's. How do you get it overcast? You train it at night like a Umbreon?
No, it depends on the
that's its
battle whether
ability.
it's like sunny or not.
So if you've got like sunny day up, then it'll be the happy one. If you don't have sunny day up, then it'll be like sad.
Okay, so most of the time you get the sad boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I like it.
Corey Mason.
Yeah, I'm also going awesome. It's a step down because we usually get the overcast form, and the overcast form's fine. I just always like the sunshine form. It just looks so gosh darn happy to be happy.
Bandit knows about time travel.
That it do.
I'm gonna probably go keeping it at basic from my last vote. I enjoy the cherry blossom vibe. Cherry blossoms are my favorite trees, but it doesn't do much for me overall.
Mason, I appreciate that you have a favorite tree.
I have a whole list.
Oh my gosh. Please share.
That'll actually give it the same score as Cherubi. A perfect 2 out of 2. Well, we're doing kind of reverse order, so that it's awesome. That's what I'm saying.
Cool.
Shellos. How do we feel about Shellos, folks? I don't like it. I don't like its
understand
evolution.
this Pokemon.
I like its East Sea form better with the little wings on its ears.
What is it? Why? What is this Pokemon?
It's like a
What's
sea
it doing?
slug. And depending on which coast you get it on, it's like a different form, so it's like divergent evolution.
Yeah, it's ugly Lapras.
I was gonna say worse Lapras.
That's so good. I love that.
Oh.
I think this is Dookie, but I think Mason, you've got a different opinion.
I love the little slime boy. He's a slimy little man, and I love
He's a
him.
slimy little man.
He's a little awesome little slimy boy.
Are you pitching awesome or sauce?
I'm going awesome.
Okay.
I could go basic for him. I like that. I like this form, like the first form. I like that he's a little slug. He's got a little happy face. I would agree that I like the East Sea one better. Just cause. But yeah, I like him. He's a little slug. but I do think it's still kind of worse Lapras. But I also would give Lapras sauce because I love Lapras.
Corey?
When I had first seen these, I had only seen the blue ones, or the EC ones. And so I legitimately thought Shellos and then Gastrodon, and then maybe that evolved into Lapras.
Oh.
And so as a kid, when I found out that it wasn't at all related to Lapras, I was super disappointed. And now that I'm looking at its design with fresh eyes, I haven't seen it in forever, I still think it's kind of stupid.
Nice. Mason's like, but my slow boy.
He's so slimy.
Yeah, I mean, I won't give it fail. I'll give it Dookie.
All right, and that'll put it at Chore.
I will say I do really like that, because when I first saw this, because again, I didn't play this gen, so this one just showed up in later gens for me, and I didn't understand the gimmick of it. So I just thought it was the kind of the standard, like the pink ones are the girls and the blue ones are the boys, and or whatever. So I like that it's a coastal thing instead. I think that's cool.
I think I'd like it better if the forms were different in ways other than appearance, but it's just an appearance thing. Like, they don't have different abilities, they don't have different stats. Let's talk about Gastrodon. I think it's also a Dookie. I don't think it's just a bigger version of Shellos to me.
His eyes and its face completely changes.
Yeah, it gets worse.
It does. It gets less approachable. I will say that. Also, I don't like its name because Gastrodon makes me think of gastric intestinal discomfort. And I don't like that.
The constipation Pokemon.
Yeah, well, it's pink. Pepto-Bismol poke. It's a sea slug.
Yeah, and the blue is the Beano.
Yeah.
This is the Pokemon that will help you poop.
I think.
Well, there were so many ice cream Pokemon.
Yeah,
that
they're
makes
like,
sense.
you had a lot of ice cream in the early numbers.
Gastrodon, the lactate Pokemon. Kelsey, where's that landing
I
for
think
you?
it's a chore for me. I don't know. It's kind of cool, but also kind of not. Chore.
Corey?
I'm at Dookie still.
Of course, like Dookie. This is.
Or, you know what? No. No. Gastrodon, I will give the full fail.
Mason.
You're all wrong. This is sauce.
You're
for sure.
all wrong.
It's just, I love, again, he's just a big slimy, like, alien looking boy, and I love him. He's a friend whether you know it or not, and he's so powerful. He's a strong little boy.
I don't know.
I think he can take some hits. He can deal some damage.
He's useful with Storm Drain, that's for sure.
Storm Drain is insanely great to just switch in and be like, thank you. I enjoy how, like, it doesn't look like any other Pokemon to me. I know we were saying that it looked like it could evolve into Lapras, but to me, like, especially the pink form, it just like, this is a wholly unique Pokemon to me.
I like that.
Well, your sauce will save it from the Dookie rating and bring it to Chore. So you better be here when we go through the chores if you want it to be high up in there.
Save it.
Up next, Ambipom. Oh. Now we put Apom at basic.
Apom evolves, that's right. Ah! Oh god! No!
Yeah, its tail hands are so swollen and uncomfortable. This is an absolute failure for me, and I'm glad Kelsey reacted as she did, because I hate its hands so much. I hate its tail hands. Why are they like Apom's tail hand is like big and fat, but it looks like a cartoon glove. This looks like a serious shellfish allergy.
Its fingertips look so supple.
I got bit by a cat.
Why does it have bangs and a skeleton nose?
Yeah, it's just so all out there. I like to imagine that the fingers aren't fingers, but those are the nipples.
Ew.
Oh God! Oh, tail titties. That's what you're putting on me, Mason.
Yuck.
You know it.
So
you gave me a platform and I'm using it.
So I'm saying this is failure, Kelsey. I'm guessing you're
I'm
with
with
me.
you. My God, why make it evolve? Why? Why did you do this, Generation 4?
I mean,
Mason, where you at?
Failure for sure. Did you hear what I said?
What did you say?
I don't know. I don't know if tail titties makes it awesome or
This is-
Tail titties brings it down.
brings it down.
Brings it
Okay, to a
down.
failure.
I also, he kind of looks like a Powerpuff Girl villain.
Mojo Jojo.
Jojo.
Yeah, or just
He looks
any
like
of them.
he looks like the bastard child of Mojo Jojo and him.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
He's kind of like hunching over in this spray.
With a little bit of Teletubby in there.
Yeah.
Just for color.
Oh.
So sorry, Mason. What is your final ranking?
A failure for sure.
Failure.
Oh my god.
Okay.
They took a great Pokemon and made it bad.
Corey.
so, I mean, I am feeling chore on it.
Okay.
I guess I don't hate it as much as you guys do, dang.
We're just like Ambipom dead. Delete.
Kelsey's visceral reaction to it was just so perfect because that is, I think most people's like opinion when they first see it is just,
Oh, this is someone's favorite Pokemon in the comments, and let me just say, you're wrong. This is so ugly. Oh my God, raise your standards. Have you seen the other 800 Pokemon you could have picked from for your favorite? Why did you pick this one? Even with your chore rating, Corey, it is still our first failure. Ambipom.
I guess I don't hate it as much as you guys. Jeez. I just like that paraphrasing.
I will say, I like that I'm looking at how it evolves, and it evolves when it learns double hit, which to me just implies that it learns to hit things twice, and it just like, two tails.
Oh,
Two tails.
I grew another one and got bangs and a scary nose.
Drifloon is next, and Drifloon is such a cute Pokemon that's so
It's
terrifying.
So scary. Doesn't it steal children?
Because it's Pearl entry. It tugs on the hands of children to steal them away. However, it gets pulled to the ground instead. So it is trying to eat children, but it's too light to eat
so
children.
it's trying to pull them away.
But its Heart Gold Soul Silver entry is, it is whispered that any child who mistakes Drifloon for a balloon and holds onto it could wind up missing. Georgie, do you want a balloon? It's got an X over its mouth, which is like, don't talk about me or you'll go missing.
Do you think that peels off?
Uh,
I think it peels off and then it swallows the soul of the child. So this is
I was imagining you take it off and just all the air escapes and it blows up.
Bye.
I'm gonna say awesome because of how terrifying
I was
this
gonna
thing
say
is.
awesome as well. I like this thing.
I give Drifloon a sauce.
Yeah, I was between awesome
Also,
and sauce.
I liked how
I'm
weirdly
also awesome.
specific the conditions were for trying to catch him, because you had to go to a certain area at a certain day of the week, in a certain time frame to find Drifloon.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm actually gonna shift it to a sauce. I've decided.
Yeah, I like this Pokemon's
which,
lore.
which will bring it up to a sauce.
Also, the Diamond Pokemon entry says a Pokemon formed by the spirits of people and Pokemon. Is it a combination of a dead Pokemon and a people? Together they become a Drifloon?
I think maybe there's just kind of some scattered ectoplasm spirit, left over from other people that just kind of gets mixed
And
together.
then steals children.
Yeah.
Freaky.
All right. Up next, Drifblim. It's
Before we go too quick into, or continue too far in, I know we were going to stop at a certain point. However, I think we're already an hour and a half into recording.
we are.
Yeah.
Oh, should we do Drifblim and then wrap this episode up?
Yeah.
Let's do that. All right, Drifblim. I think it's not quite as cute as Drifloon, so I think I'll drop it down to an awesome.
Yeah, I would say basic for this one. I really like Drifloon, and this one's fine, but I don't know. I like the first form a lot better.
I like its little cloud
It also
hair.
talks less about stealing children and more about releasing gas, which is less cool.
Yeah, this one seems like accidental. Like almost all of its dex entries are just like, it hangs out. Sometimes it goes missing, but
Sometimes it carries people, but it can't actually take them anywhere specific because it just floats and then. Like,
yeah.
I like it's got like a very unique ability that it's only its line has. It's flare boost, and I've never heard about it until now. But because it's a hot air balloon, when it's burned, it's more powerful.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I like that.
That's cool.
Does that bump it up for you at all?
Yeah, I think just the design in general becomes like a little spookier but cooler, and then that little detail I just really love, and I'm going with the sauce.
Cool. I'm gonna stick with basic.
Corey, we're all over the map here.
Oh, I'm on sauce at Drifloon.
I like learning about Corey's Pokemon type, like what the parameters of what Corey likes are, because I feel like they're vastly different from mine, and I respect it.
I think Corey's the wild card.
Wild card Corey.
Like
About that.
he locks in on normal types for sure. He likes his normal types.
Yes.
My favorite typing.
But other than that, like you never know what you're gonna get.
You don't know.
He's a box of chocolates. All right, and that'll do it for us
Chocolate.
for this episode. I'm Phil.
I'm Corey.
I'm Kelsey.
I'm Mason.
We'll be back with more.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.